Hi. Today I'm going to share with you a little bit about why I decided. Oops, now we're live. Okay. Today I'm going to share with you and tell you why I decided to do my first yoga teacher training. It was May 2010. And have you ever felt unsatisfied in life? Like you're looking for something deeper? Have you ever experienced not knowing what you're here for, what you're supposed to be doing with your life? That was me in May 2010. I had absolutely no idea WTF I was doing with my life. I had been studying yoga for, I don't know, 10 years already, probably on and off, and came to my first yoga teacher training in May 2010, depressed, anxious, and really confused about what my path in life was. I had been interested in metaphysical and spiritual things since I was a little girl, like for real, for real. Probably even before I was 10 years old, I was already experimenting and reading about Zen Buddhism. I was introduced to the Enneagram and the I Ching and Tarot as a teenager. I started reading astrology as a teenager. And all my life, I knew I wanted to do something meaningful. I was always drawn to the metaphysical, but I just had no idea what my life was about. Um, I was depressed. I was uninspired. I was unfulfilled. And I was already in my 30s. I'd already gone to college, gotten my degree, entered the professional world. I thought I wanted to follow the path of being a writer, but things didn't really go that way. And so by the time I was in my 30s, I was like, what the real F? Because I had already invested like 10 to 15 years in this career of being a writer that I thought was what I wanted to do. And it just wasn't working out that way. So I had a lot of dread and confusion and anxiety. I felt really envious of people who knew exactly what they wanted to do and pursued it with a single pointed focus. And I just wanted to know. I just wanted to know, like, what am I here for? What am I supposed to be doing with my life? And why do I sense that I have all these like special gifts and talents, but I have no idea how to really apply them in the world? So it was May 2010, and I had found a new teacher that I really resonated with, and I'd been studying with her at her studio for several years, and she offered a yoga teacher training, and I was interested in doing the training, even though I didn't think I was going to become a yoga teacher. That was not in my plan at all. I wasn't like, oh, I'm going to sign up for this and become a yoga teacher. No, not at all. I was just, honestly, the reason why I wanted to do it was because I loved her. When I was in her presence, I felt inspired. I felt clear. I felt energized. And the way that she taught yoga was so rich. You know, she would bring in the anatomy, the energetic aspects of yoga. She would tell these beautiful stories from yoga philosophy. And I just fell in love with her and with yoga. I mean, I had been in love with yoga for some time already, but the way that she taught, I just knew that if I was around her and near her, that something would change. I just felt like I need to do this training so that I can get out of my own way, and maybe my life will make sense after I do this training. But the last thing that I thought I would do was become a yoga teacher, like for real. So I entered this training with her, and it was modularly offered, you know, like over evenings and weekends, over I think 8 or 9 months. So we would meet Friday night, Saturday and Sunday morning and afternoon, and I did this for, I think it was 8 months. And at the end of the training, we, the students, had to present our own class to pass. And by that time I was already like, I seem to have an aptitude for this. Like, I've always been very kinesthetic, very connected to my body and very connected to movement. And I've always been very connected to language, and I've always been fascinated by the inner experience. Like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, all things metaphysical, all things spiritual, psychological, intuitive, all these things fascinated me from a young age. So by the time it got to the last day of the training where I had to present a class, and I did it, at the end of it, my teacher gave me such incredible feedback. And she said things like, "You're a natural and you're going to be a great teacher." And she said things to me that surprised me and that I did not join the training for. Anyway, to make a long story short, she, about 2 weeks after the training concluded, she was set to go to Costa Rica to deliver another yoga teacher training in Costa Rica. And she asked me if I would teach her classes while she was away. Now, this blew my mind because I was just a brand new person out of yoga teacher training, and she is someone with decades and tens of thousands of hours of experience leading people through transformational spiritual experiences, leading transformational yoga classes. And when she asked me to sub her classes, sorry about my dogs, while she was away in Costa Rica, I just couldn't even fathom that she wanted me to do this. Anyway, I did it. I taught her classes while she was away for months. And out of nowhere, I was teaching yoga in New York City in my teacher's studio. This is back in 2010. And so the point that I'm wanting to share here is that you never know what a yoga teacher training is going to do for you. You never know what it's going to open up for you. But if you're seeking a deeper experience of life, and if you're wanting to find your path and find your purpose, that's how I found mine, right? Like yoga found me. I followed my intuition and I signed up for the training and I did it. And through saying yes to the training, I found the path that I'm on now. And now I know without a doubt that this is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. And this is exactly why I'm here. And all of that doubt and confusion that I lived in for 20, 30 years is exactly what I needed to bring me to that point of like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? This person is offering this yoga teacher training. I hear that yoga teacher trainings are really great and that you find yourself and that you break through and that you evolve. Maybe this is what I need to do. So it's what I did. And now I am leading people through that very same experience. I am leading yoga teacher trainings and helping people through that intense experience of becoming a certified yoga teacher. And in that process, people are finding themselves, they're healing themselves, they're finding that deeper purpose and that deeper quality of life that people are craving. So there is a chant in yoga. If you've practiced yoga or have been around yoga circles, you may have heard it. And the words are Loka, Samasta, Sukhino, Bhavantu. And it means, may all beings be happy and free, and may the thoughts, words, and actions of my own life contribute in some way to that happiness and freedom for all. I used to chant this in yoga classes, especially at the beginning of my yoga education, where I was studying at a very traditional Hatha yoga ashram. And I used to ponder the meaning of this chant and be like, that's what I want to do. I want to contribute in some way to the happiness and freedom of all. I had no idea how I would do that. And now I know that I am doing that. And it all started by saying yes to this opportunity to study with my teacher. And I just want to share with you a little bit about some of what my students have experienced. One of my students who actually studied with me at a yoga teacher training in Jersey City when I still lived in Jersey City, she is a performer, an actor, and she was actually a clown. She studied clown. And she came to the yoga teacher training in a very similar position as what I was in when I started. She was in her 30s. She felt depressed, anxious, unsatisfied with life. She didn't know what she was going to do with all this random collection of skills and talents that she had. She felt like it was pointing in some direction, but she just had no idea in what direction that was. And she did the yoga teacher training with me in Jersey City in 2018. And then in 2019, she came to Costa Rica with me as my assistant in my yoga teacher training in Costa Rica. Then she went on to become a yoga teacher of her own accord, and she brought in all of her skills and talents and passions as being an actor and a clown. And her classes and her teaching has this beautiful thread of like the performance and the actors. And, you know, actors are so tapped into their emotions and how they're feeling in the moment. And she brings that through into her teaching, plus the humor from being a clown. And now she's studying to become a licensed social worker and to continue healing and helping people. And she's living out her purpose. Another one of my students was a dental, actually she made dentures, a denturist. She was a denturist. And when she came to my yoga teacher training in Costa Rica, she was in a relationship that she wasn't happy with. She was, actually she owned her own business, and she just wasn't happy doing this. Even though she was super successful as a denturist and making tons of money, she was just unsatisfied, and she knew that she had a deeper purpose in life. She came to my yoga teacher training in Costa Rica in April and May of 2019. And in less than 2 years, she sold her house, sold her business, got out of her relationship, started teaching yoga, then went on to get additional training. She became a Reiki master and a hypnotherapist. And now she has a thriving personal practice living in this beautiful A-frame house in the woods in northern Canada, where she always dreamed of living, helping people through yoga and Reiki and hypnotherapy and coaching. It's amazing the transformation that she's had in such a short period of time. I mean, I can tell you so many stories like this, so many students that I've seen come into teacher training confused and anxious and like, what am I doing with my life? I'm not satisfied. I'm not happy. I want a deeper meaning, a deeper experience in life. And then they do the YTT, and that opens the door for them to experience that. I have to plug my Mac in. Just like that's what happened for me. So I'm telling you this story because I am offering my own yoga teacher training in Costa Rica again this year from June 27th to July 17th at Anamaya Retreat Center, it's just an amazing place. It's on the top of a mountain. You see the Pacific Ocean in one direction. You see this incredible rainforest in another direction. And it's living in paradise for 3 weeks, studying yoga, becoming the next best version of yourself, like truly finding out who you are and why you're here and why all these experiences that you've had in life actually are leading you exactly to where you need to be. So I also want to leave you with this message, like, my dogs, if you are feeling like confused or anxious or wondering, like, why does my life take this crazy circuitous path that doesn't really seem to have an endpoint, it is leading you somewhere. So long as you take action to understand why your life has been that way, and you're ready to find out what you're really here for, what your gifts and talents are, a yoga teacher training can help you identify that. A yoga teacher training can help you with public speaking, with confidence, with presenting in front of people. A yoga teacher training can help you systematize your own knowledge so that you can extract the gifts of your own life experience and share those with others in a way that impacts them. A yoga teacher training is like a pressure cooker where all of the areas of life where you can grow become magnified, and you have that safe and supportive and loving container in which to work on those things. So many, issues that a lot of people have, feeling not good enough, not feeling confident enough, not feeling like they have what it takes, or maybe the flip side, feeling like you're too much for people, you've got too much energy, those kinds of things, right? All of that can be exposed in a loving way in a teacher training so that you can find exactly the right way to hone your gifts and your talents into an offering that serves humanity. And again, you don't need to want to become a yoga teacher. Yoga teacher training is one of the most transferable experiences because you'll get in touch with who you truly are. You'll discover your gifts and your talents, and you'll have a way in which to, you'll have this container in which to refine them. So I would like you to sign up for a call with me to look into this deeper. If this is resonating for you and you're thinking like, I never thought I'd want to become a yoga teacher, but what Lola's saying is making sense to me, and I'd like to spend 3 weeks in Costa Rica living on the top of a mountain, eating the healthiest, most high vibrational food, surrounded by other people who are seeking meaning and depth in life, who want to live their purpose. That sounds like something that would help me. If that's you, then I want you to sign up for a call with me to talk about this more. And I'm going to drop the link right here in the comment field. Oh, some people are talking to me. Hello, Kelsey. Hey, Greg. Thank you. So if this message is resonating for you and you're like, yes, I am getting the message that Lola is putting out there, then click that link in the comments and sign up for a call with me where we can talk about what you're wanting, what you're needing, how you're feeling, and to see if this experience might be right for you. Saying yes to a yoga teacher training is the yes that set me on the path that I'm on now. And as some of you know, my path has really gained momentum in the last couple of years. I've become a transformation coach. I coach people through life transformations because I had one myself. I bought a property in Costa Rica where I'm developing a retreat center. I partner with other retreat centers and other healers and coaches and teachers to help people live into their purpose, to let go of the old stories, the old beliefs, the old behaviors that keep you stuck in a life that's just not really satisfying you. And this is my life's purpose. This is my mission. I am fascinated and thrilled by the work that I do. It's like the best thing ever because it just satisfies me in the most profound ways. Like, I'm fascinated by human psychology and human nature. I'm fascinated by the body and anatomy and energy. I'm fascinated by these stories that we tell ourselves about why we can't do a thing, or because our family was this way, or because we had this experience. And I found that it's all bullshit. All of that is actually what's taking you towards your purpose, what's moving you towards that place where you can feel alive and on fire and connected to your purpose. So have faith. If you're watching this and you're like, yeah, my life is at a crossroads, or I have no idea what I'm really supposed to be doing, I really want you to just have faith and know that you can find your way. You just need to say yes to yourself and take that step to land in a place that will give you the space and the support to let your dreams, your desires, your passions arise. You deserve it. You deserve to know what you're here for. You deserve to live a life that you're in love with. You deserve to make enough money doing what you love to support yourself and your family. And it all started for me in 2010 saying yes I didn't know that I was going to become a yoga teacher. It was honestly the last thing on my mind. I just knew that I wanted to spend 8 months learning from my teacher. I just knew that the medicine that she offered was what I needed. And the rest just unfolded. So, this video, right, I told you how signing up for a yoga teacher training is not about wanting to become a yoga teacher. I mean, if that's what you know you want, great. I want you to sign up for a call with me too to see if we're a good match. But for all those people that don't want to become a yoga teacher or think that this yoga teacher training thing is only for people that want to become yoga teachers, I can tell you that I have graduated more teachers that did not go on to teach yoga, but used all of the skills to go on to their next mission in life. And that's what it did for me, right? I found my path, or rather, my path found me. So you don't need to want to become a yoga teacher to do a yoga teacher training. You just need to want a higher quality of life connected to your passion and your purpose. And if that sounds like you, click that link in the comments, sign up for a call with me, and we'll find out if this might be the next right step for you. And that's my message for today. And I hope that anyone listening to this is really, really hearing my words. Feel free to reach out to me for anything, even if you're like, I'm not sure I want to do the call with you, but I'm really feeling your message in this live. Hit me up and let's just see where the conversation goes. My purpose, my passion in life is to help people feel freedom and happiness, to experience freedom and happiness. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. That chant, it means, may all beings be happy and free, and may my words and actions contribute in some way to the happiness and freedom of all. I live by that. That's what I'm here for. So if this is resonating for you, click that link, hit me up, and let's figure out how you can find your passion, your purpose, and live that. All right. Thank you so much for listening. Namaste.